Hey everybody, it's Andrew with Functional Medicine Marketing. We are a full-service marketing agency specializing in functional medicine practices. Today, I want to talk to you about SEO, search engine optimization for functional medicine practices. I'm going to talk about what SEO is. I'm going to talk about, give you some examples of how you can do SEO either on your own or what to look for when you're hiring an SEO company. We love SEO, and let me tell you why. Statistically, across the board, our clients, hundreds of them, get the best new patients from SEO. SEO, simply put, increases your ranking on Google and other search engines. Now, when I say Google, I include all those search engines. Google's the big dog, right? 95% of people that are going to find your practice are going to find you on Google search. Obviously, there's some more, DuckDuckGo, you got Bing and Yahoo, I guess maybe somebody still that uses that out there. But the majority is going to be Google. So if I ever say Google, I'm including all of them because anything you do to improve your SEO is going to improve your ranking on Google and all the search engines as well. So I'm just going to say Google. It's kind of like we would say Kleenex, right? Hey, Pat, I need a Kleenex. My nose is dripping. Does it have to be the Kleenex brand? No, it just needs to be a tissue. So it's the same concept. So, hey, increase your ranking on Google. Is it going to just be on Google? No, it's on all the search engines. Okay, so now, first thing I want you to know is this. You may not need Google ads. It totally depends on your goals. It depends on your target demographic. It depends on your location. It depends on your services and the conditions that you treat. You may not need Facebook and Instagram paid ads. You might not. You might not need TikTok ads. You might not even need those platforms. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Actually, I'm going to tell you two things that you absolutely 100% need. Every functional medicine practice should have a website and should be doing some form or another of SEO. SEO. Statistically, it brings in the best, high qualified patients, new patients, for our clients around the country. Why is this? It's because people trust Google search. When they're looking for something, right? We always talk, okay, what's the best marketing method? The best marketing method is always word of mouth, right? Always. How do we do word of mouth online to get that same amount of trust? Well, you can never reach that level up here, but you can get kind of close, and that is SEO. Why is that? Why do people trust SEO or Google search so much? Well, they trust Google search because, one, on your Google listing, you're going to have a bunch of reviews. Those are tightly monitored by Google. You can't just go, I don't like that review. Google, can you take that down? No, it's stuck on there. And so people subconsciously trust Google reviews a lot. It's this shy of trusting, a word of mouth contact of somebody that they know and trust. It's very, very close, and we see that statistically. Okay, so today we're going to talk about SEO. First, what is SEO? Let me get off of here. Okay, so SEO for functional medicine practices. Keep in mind, these are specifically to functional medicine practices. The other Kleenex issue that I need to address is you may have an integrative medicine practice. Same thing. It falls under, when it comes to marketing, I know there's a difference between holistic and naturopath and functional and integrative and all of those things. I know there's a difference, but when it comes to marketing, they all fall under the functional medicine umbrella. Why do I say that? Because the top searched keyword is functional medicine. More than integrative, more than naturopath, more than holistic. Okay? So that's why we have categorized it as functional medicine. And there's a whole lot of functional medicine practices out there specifically. Okay, so we're talking about SEO. SEO, simply put, is telling Google in all the right ways what you do and where you do it. There are 3 different buckets in which to do that. Okay, so we've got SEO, search engine optimization, what you do and where you do it. And we can tell Google in 3 different ways, or 3 buckets, 3 categories, 3 types of ways. Okay, there's technical, content, and local. Technical, content, and local. Technical is a lot of back-end things that you don't see. And that makes it hard to hire an SEO company, I'll be honest. And we work really hard to have a level of transparency and be able to show you specifically what we're doing, even if it's complicated and on the back end. And so we have a dashboard with our task list, like a Monday board, with a task list that shows you, okay, where we're at in the process. Here's everything that's scheduled out. Every 3 months, we do a roadmap. Basically, what's the low-hanging fruit? What worked? What didn't work? Here's where we're headed in the next 3 months. And then we break that down into each monthly category. And before I get any further, that brings up a good question. Why can't, and I get this often, why can't you just do all the SEO work once? I'll pay you a bunch of money, do all the SEO work, done. And then we don't think about it for a couple of years. That's not what Google's looking for. Google's looking for consistent signals coming to them every month in these 3 categories. So we don't do every technical thing every month. Doesn't need to be. We look at the low-hanging fruit and we break it down. Okay? And so that's important. And so it's really just like you would treat a patient. You can't just say, okay, go on a 21-day cleanse. Take these supplements for a couple of weeks. Exercise once, eat healthy for a week, and you'll be perfect. No, it takes a lifestyle change. And you know what? The majority of functional medicine practices out there need a lifestyle change when it comes to their marketing. Adding SEO, seeing it as the long game, because if you can increase your ranking on Google and other search engines, you are much more likely to bring in high qualified new patients that are better than if you're going to get them even from Google ads, Facebook, Instagram ads, TikTok ads. And those have a place. Don't get me wrong. We do those with a lot of success, but it has to be within conjunction of the whole marketing program. I've talked about this before, multi-channel approach to marketing. The goal is to be using all of the foundational solid channels for your marketing. You can't just do one thing, but as budget allows, you need to make sure you have a website and you're doing some form of SEO. And as more budget allows, you're going to get up to where you're doing a full package of SEO. Don't jump and skip around. I don't need SEO. I need Google ads because I need a faucet that I can turn on this second. That's not how great marketing works. It's just like our health. There's no magic pill. So get rid of that. So keep in mind, okay, SEO is telling Google what you do and where you do it. I'm going to highlight it. Look, watch this. I'm even going to highlight it for fun. What you do and where you do it, okay? So you do functional medicine, you do integrative medicine, you do holistic care, you do health coaching, whatever it is, and then you're going to add the location in there as well. Okay, so say you're in, let's say Los Angeles for fun. Say you do functional medicine in Los Angeles. That needs to be super clear on your website and throughout these 3 buckets, technical, content, local. So let's dive in to the first one, which is technical, okay? Technical SEO. We're going to take a look I'm just going to give you a couple examples. I have a full SEO checklist for functional medicine practices. I'm happy to send that to you. Just reach out. I'll give you my phone number, 719-659-0891. That's my personal cell. You can just text me and I will, and give me your email and I will send that over to you. Okay, so a couple technical things that we're going to look at are H1s and H2s. I don't have it on here, but we're also going to look at site load speed. So let's do that. Let's bring that up. So Google has a tool, and keep in mind, this is a Google tool. Who are we trying to make happy with our SEO? Google! Okay, so we need to make sure Google loves your website. And one of the first things that Google looks at is how fast your site loads, specifically on what? On people's phones. You can see all the cracks and the smudges and the breaks on there, which probably looks like your phone. Okay, so it's important that your site loads very quickly, especially on mobile. So let's just go pick out a site. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I just like to go pick sites. We said Los Angeles. Let's do that. Functional Medicine, Los Angeles. Okay, so little overview of we got 3 types of listings when it comes to Google's first page. We've got these paid listings right here. Obviously, Los Angeles is huge. There's more competition, and so there's more ads. Sometimes you'll look at certain cities, nobody's doing any ads, which, by the way, great opportunity after you have a great website and you're doing SEO. Okay, so, and then we see these down here, which are called the local pack or the maps pack. Local pack or the maps pack of listings. Even in Los Angeles, not a lot of competition for functional medicine when it comes to SEO. And then we've got the organic website rankings. Now let me tell you this. People are 2 times likely to click on one of these 3 than they are to any of these down here. The vast majority of clicks, if somebody types in functional medicine Los Angeles, is going to go to one of these right here. My thought probably is going to be this top one, which generally is about 10% more likely if you're in this top spot. And then next would be down here because of these, of the reviews. This doesn't have any reviews or a website to go to. Okay, so there we go. So this is what SEO does. It gets you into this maps pack and on the home page for your website. Okay, so let's just pick one. Let's see, Dr. Harini. She's not up there, or he. I don't know why, it just sounded... okay, so, Harani, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. If you're watching, Dr. Harani, I apologize if I'm not saying that right. We need to go to the home page. Perfect. There she is. She looks happy. She's got a lot of videos. It's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to grab this URL and we're going to test how fast this site loads. Now, you might do this test with your own website. You should 100% do this test on your own website just to see. But on your phone, it'll probably come up really fast. But then when you put it in here, it won't be so fast because you've been to the site before, probably on your website, and it's called caching. And so those photos and images and videos are preloaded basically in the background. So when you go back to a website, it loads very quickly. Either way, it doesn't matter because who are we trying to make happy? You or Google? Google, 100%. And so we're going to come back to this. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is partly why she's ranking so well. Okay, her mobile is loading in 2 seconds. Time to interactive. She's in the green here. Desktop, a little bit less. Let's go find one that needs a little more help. How about? But that could be why she is number 1 for this ranking here. Let's check out Dr. Cynthia's. And it just might be that they're loading well because they're in that top spot. So, okay, now, one thing I do want to note is Dr. Cynthia here is not in the maps pack. So remember, people are twice as likely to click on one of these as they are to this one down here. So how do we get Dr. Cynthia up into this section? Okay, we do SEO. In 3 buckets: technical, content, local. We're doing a page speed test, right? Okay, yeah, so her mobile version is 29, a score of 29. It's taking 22.1 seconds to load on everybody's phone. Is anybody here watching this video? Are you going to wait 22 seconds for a site to load? Probably not, unless you know them, maybe you have a referral for some other reason. Maybe you click it and you get distracted and it's up the next time you notice. But generally speaking, Google wants to see this is loading very quickly. So this could be partly why she's not ranking into the maps pack. It's a good bit better, 4.8 seconds on desktop. But let's see what some of the issues are. Okay, so we've got these issues here. So unused JavaScript, we've got a initial server response time. These are definitely, we're not going to dive into how to fix these things. Lighthouse was unable to automatically check the font display, so that could be a problem here. We're not going to dive into any of those specifics right now. This is definitely something that you could, if you built a website or if you are so inclined, start Googling these things. Okay, how do I reduce the unused JavaScript on my site? And then you want to make sure you know if it's a WordPress or Squarespace or Wix or whatever. Okay, so that's the first technical thing, is how fast your site loads. Going back here, not there, here. Now we're going to look at H1s. So you only want one H1 per page. It needs to be the top keyword. We already said that functional medicine is the top keyword. So generally speaking, not every time, but generally speaking, you're going to want to put functional medicine, Los Angeles, California as your H1. Let's see what she has. So if we right click on any website, we can inspect the page. We can't change anything. I can't go in here and mess around with her site, but I can look at the code, and then we hit Control F under filter, and then we're going to look for the H1 or H1s. Okay, we have two H1s. It must be on mobile. Let's check the next one. Okay, our Los Angeles Cardiology Center treats the whole person prevention, wellness, and rejuvenation. Okay, now are people searching for cardiology center? Yes, 100%. But if they're looking for functional medicine, are they looking for a cardiology center? No. Okay, so this is good, and I want to keep this. You don't want to change this, integrative cardiologist. This would be better. Integrative cardiologist, Los Angeles. That would be much better. Now let's see if maybe that's an H2. Now remember, you only want one H1, and it should be for her, probably the integrative cardiologist of Los Angeles. Something like that. That should be the H1. Again, now I'm not talking about design. Okay, this is easy to confuse. When I talk about H1s and H2s, anybody that's built a site, sorry, I'm in a swivelly chair, can make anybody seasick here. I'm going to try not to move. If you've ever built a site and you put in H1, generally the font's going to be big, right? It's going to be bigger. It's going to change maybe the color. And so, oh, I want a bigger font. Boom, I'll hit H1. But you could really be missing out on some SEO juice. You can have really big font that's actually technically a paragraph font, paragraphs technical on the back end, and you can have tiny little H1. Okay, so you just have to manually force it to change on the back end. And so again, I'm not talking about change. We're not talking about design or anything on the website at this point, because remember, we're talking about SEO, what you do, where you do it, technical content, local. Okay, so keep in mind, I like this here. It looks great. There's a few things I'd change design-wise, but not a big deal. So let's check the H2s. Now, H2s should be your conditions that you treat and services that you offer. These should be the H2s right here. Hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, weight loss, cognitive heart failure, coronary artery disease, and other cardiovascular diseases. That should be the H2. It is not. Let's see if we can find it here. It's still down here. And we're looking so you can kind of see. I was going to point. You can see. There it is. It says it's down a little further. We're still looking. Okay, Burbank office. Okay, not a horrible H2 because at least it's telling us something about location. Let's see what the first one is. First one is cardiologist. Okay, not bad. And then this is search. Obviously not a great H2. These should be H2s. Ideal protein weight loss results. How much weight can you lose with Sculpture? Sculpture especially, that's a service that they offer. And then conditions that they treat, these should be H2s. Okay, so we talked about technical things. We talked about H1s, and you only want one H1. And then you can have multiple H2s. They can be longer. They need to be services that you offer, conditions that you treat, and you need to make sure the site is loading quickly. All right, I'm going to try to speed this along a little bit. The next thing we're going to talk about is your content, actually. Content, SEO content. The best way to get SEO content is going to be with a blog. Okay, now obviously your website content needs to be fantastic. It needs to be very valuable. It needs to have a lot of keywords about what you do, where you do it, beneficial to people, sending good signals to Google. A blog is a great way for a practice of one MD, one doctor, one practitioner, whatever, and then maybe some support, health coach, nutritionist, those kinds of things. Kind of the sweet spot's about 2 new blogs a month. And again, these need to be about what people are searching. Yes, you can do recipes. Yes, you can have all of these great tips and tricks, but you need to make sure that the majority of your blogs, especially early on of your SEO program, are going to be focused on keywords that people would be searching in that local area. Okay, so Los Angeles. So Dr. Cynthia needs to do a blog about chronic fatigue, understanding chronic fatigue in Los Angeles, California, something like that. Okay, so that's just an overview of content, and then we're talking about local. With your Google listing, it needs to talk about how you benefit your. Here's how you optimize it. You want to talk about services that you offer, conditions that you treat, and you're going to post on your Google listing. Okay, so let's look at Dr. Rachel. Okay, so she's not even utilizing Google updates. So a Google update will show up down here. It looks like a Facebook post. It's going to be a paragraph or two. It doesn't have to be long like a blog, but it could be taken from a blog. And you just want to focus on conditions that you treat. Let's find out what are some conditions that she treats. We're going to go to her website. And like I said, there's not a ton of competition when it comes to SEO in functional medicine. So this is something that you can really jump up quickly and really take advantage of. And in here, okay, so we've got services, public speaking, reset programs. Let's check out services here. Same thing, how it works, our services. Oh, there we go. Complimentary phone consultation, functional medicine lab testing, that could be a service. I will say sometimes for functional medicine, because we do anything that we need to do to help the patient heal from the inside out, getting to the root cause. So there's not necessarily a lot of services. Now, maybe you do offer some aesthetics. Those are great services to add. Maybe functional medicine is just one of your services. But when it comes to functional medicine, focusing more on your symptoms that you treat. So maybe it's hypothyroid. Maybe it's maybe you offer bioidentical hormones. That would be a great update that you could do as well. Okay. So now with those updates, you're going to have a photo, and you want to geotag that photo. And what that means is you're going to stamp the latitude and longitude of the location right here. Okay. I clicked on the wrong one. I clicked on this one. My bad. Meant no offense. Advanced Health and Integrative and Functional. Here we go. Okay, so gut health, thyroid health, hormone balance. These are great. Get off of that. These are great H2s again. This could be a good H1. We definitely want to add the location in there. So that's going to be great. Okay, so, and then you're going to take, okay, gut health. And we're talking about, let me get back to it. We're talking about updates on the Google listing. You talk about gut health, and here's what it means. Here's why it's important. Here's how we help. Could be long, could be short. Add your address at the bottom. Don't put your phone number or else it won't get approved by Google. And then geotag the photo on there. And then also for local, you want to focus on getting more reviews. I see it all over the place. Functional medicine practices have a handful of reviews, but yet they're helping so many people. And I find a lot of doctors and practices, providers, and office staff just feel awkward because we focus on having such a great community and helpful atmosphere that we feel like it makes it salesy to ask for a Google listing. And so here's what I recommend. First, make sure, wait until you have a super fan. Right? It's Mrs. Smith. She can't get over how much she lost a bunch of weight. She doesn't have any bloating, clear thinking. She feels fantastic, tons of energy. Mrs. Smith, oh, I'm so glad that you're feeling better and that you feel great. Would you mind leaving us a Google review so we can help other people that are struggling with those same hormonal issues? That would really help us help more people. And so then it just makes it normal. You're talking to somebody that's super excited. They would bring you vegetables from their garden. They would bake you healthy cookies and bring them back to the office. That's how great they feel. Those are the people that you ask for a Google review. You just have to train it. You have to train it in your own mind as a provider, and then train it in your people as well. Okay, so we talked about SEO today. We talked about how it's what you do and where you do it, and you send it in really good signals to Google. And so there's 3 buckets of ways to send these signals to Google. We got technical, content, and local. Under technical, we talked about H1s and H2s and site load speed. Over here, this site had a really poor performance rating when it comes to mobile. That's going to definitely impact her ability to get up into that maps pack. And then we talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about content on the site. And the sweet spot for a lot of practices is going to be 2 blogs a month focused on keywords, not necessarily user experience type blogs. Now, you still need those because people love them. But just doing a recipe on lentil soup isn't something that a lot of people are searching for, except unless you're trying to reach people and you've got a nutrition package or something. Meet with our nutritionist. Here's a recipe for lentil soup, and we're reaching everybody across the country. But no, instead go, what is functional medicine here in Los Angeles, Colorado, or California? I'm in Colorado. Or what's the difference between holistic care and functional medicine? That'd be a great blog. Okay, and then we talked about local SEO, and the sweet spot really is adding those updates that show up at the bottom of your listing, talking about what you do and where you do it, services that you offer, conditions that you treat. Add your address, geotag a photo. It's best if you can just take photos in your office and take them with your phone. If location services are already turned on, boom, you got the geotag already on those photos. So you can just take pictures around the office, take it of the staff, of the provider, lots of pictures of the doctor, any patients that are willing to have their picture taken. Obviously, that would be good as well. Okay, so we talked about SEO today. Now, what are you going to do? First and foremost, action steps for you. Do you have access to the back end of your website? Step 1, you have to have access. You personally need full ownership access of your website. And I'm going to make a video talking about websites and how to get a website built, how to build your own, what to look for in another company building it, etc. But you should, if you paid for a website, you should have 100% access to it. That's very important if you're going to make these improvements. Second, do you have access to your Google listing? This right here, do you have access to the back end of that? Okay, I'm happy to help you and walk you through that. Maybe I'll make a video at some point. If you're interested, let me know, and I can make a video on how to get access to your Google listing, where to look, where could it be, because this is a huge problem for functional medicine practices. Somebody, 10 years ago set up the listing. We don't know who they are. We don't have their contact information, and Google is stingy about these listings, and rightly so, because remember, it's very almost on par with word of mouth, and so there's a lot of trust in there. So first step, you got to make sure you got access. Second step, you want to provide valuable information and content. Focus on what you do, where you do it. Write a couple blogs a month. Write posts. Focus on those H1s, H2s, the technical things. Get that site load speed sped up. Don't be afraid to get a new website as well. Okay, so again, this is Andrew Newland, Functional Medicine Marketing. We're a full-service marketing agency specializing not just in SEO, but building and maintaining and revamping websites. Obviously, full-service SEO. We do Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads. We also do organic social media where we're going to post for you. We also do email marketing, texting marketing, graphic design, full gamut, whatever you need. If you just have questions, I love to hear myself talk, and I love to make videos. So I am happy, very happy, to make any how-to and answer videos for your marketing. So what can you do today to help more people? Our mission is to help you do that, help more people by getting your online marketing right. Talk to you soon.